Now, since we are on employment, and so I guess let's talk about the maternity leave. I mean, so that's Ching, the 90 days. Well, will it affect productivity and cost for the employers?
Yeah, look, it's an interesting announcement, isn't it? I think many companies certainly didn't expect that. Now, it's probably worth stating that we at iMoney have implemented this even well before the government announced it. When we looked at neighboring countries, countries like Indonesia, Philippines, what we realized was Malaysia actually had one of the shortest maternity leave, right? So I think just from that perspective, it's bringing it up to standard. Short term, certainly there may be some adjustments that companies might face, but I think longer term, if you look at research around the world, there hasn't been any proof or evidence that this would lead to a lower scenario where there's lower productivity. In fact, on the contrary, I think there's enough research study that shows that by doing this, you increase employee happiness, motivation, but also increase female participation in the workforce.
Yeah. And I think that's the goal.
Yeah. I think it's not just that, right? It's also the fact that there's the whole encouragement on childcare centres. It's about bringing back people who have troubles with, obviously getting back into employment after having a child. Yeah. So I think it's generally a good move to increase, participation.
What do you think about that, right?
No, I think it's a very positive move because, it encourages female participation in the workforce. And women are increasingly, I think, holding positions of more importance in decision making in companies and so on. And I think another level is that women also make up a larger proportion of our tertiary educated students and so on. So it allows them to actually enter the workforce, and then it helps with employee retention, because I think a lot of mothers, a lot of women who end up becoming mothers, want to opt out and spend more time with their children. But having more time to in the post-natal situation addresses this problem. And I think beyond that, I think there'll be further demands in terms of childcare services and time out for parental
flexible working arrangement.
Working arrangement. But I think this is a very positive step, something that will be welcomed by the public.